This video is brought to you by StoneAgeGamer.com, a fantastic site for retro games, systems, accessories, and more. Be sure to check out StoneAgeGamer.com. Skip it up and that up! So Satoru Iwata wants Nintendo to move beyond just making video games. In an interview with Diamond.jp, Iwata was asked to comment further on his statements in January that Nintendo would expand into a new business area and extend the definition of entertainment with its 10-year quality of life platform. This is what he had to say. A lot of people around the world think Nintendo is solely a company that makes video games, and I believe more and more our own employees have started thinking the same way. Some employees in charge of development find themselves in positions where all they are thinking about is how they can make the game in front of them more fun. So I don't think it can be helped if others outside of our company see us the same way. So even though we won't chance the fact that our focus is on video games, I felt the need to take that occasion to state that Nintendo is a company that can do whatever it wants. Hiroshi Yamauchi always said Nintendo is an entertainment company and should never be anything else, but he didn't necessarily think entertainment equals video games. I was wondering how to express Yamauchi's feelings, and I thought about it non-stop, even during the New Year's holiday break. Recently, the words quality of life have been coming up regularly. Entertainment is there to improve people's quality of life. After your basic needs, there's entertainment. However, when it comes to improving people's quality of life, I didn't know the difference between us and household appliance makers. At the start of this year, I finally figured out that the concept of improving people's quality of life with fun, with the emphasis on the fun, would be perfect for Nintendo, and that's why I decided to focus on this during the financial results meeting in January. Okay, so when I first read this article, I was going to go with the two-dimensional approach. Oh, Nintendo should just worry about bringing back third parties. They should worry more about focusing on games. They should worry about getting the hardcore gamer back to Nintendo. But I've talked about that a billion times before. I still think that's the case. I still think they should do that and need to do that. But I mean, think about Apple for a second. Okay, let's go back and talk about Apple. Let's go to the year 2000 Apple, when Apple was saying, hey, we're going to create a music device. And everyone thought they were on crack. Apple's a computer company. They don't make any other kind of device. It's going to flop when they make it. Then they came out with the iPod. And the iPod changed the way everybody gets their music. Everyone plays music. It changed the entire music industry, let alone just how people, use music in a portable device. So yeah, Nintendo, you can go beyond gaming and try to be successful in other avenues of entertainment. But what I want to see you do on top of it, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I have to say it because I want to see Nintendo do well. You gotta find a way to bring back the hardcore gamer to the Nintendo platform. The ones that migrated away from you and went over to Xbox and went over to PlayStation, you have to find a way to bring them back. Now, a lot of people get very defensive when I say that and like, oh, Rich, they tried that with the GameCube and they couldn't do it, so that's why they gave up. No one goes to Nintendo for those third-party games and things like that. And then they say, oh, the GameCube was right on par with the Xbox, the original Xbox. I was about to say Xbox One. You can't say that. And the PlayStation 2. Yeah, okay, the graphics processor and the CPU was, I actually think it was a cut above the PlayStation 2, and it was sandwiched in between the PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox. But here's where Nintendo killed themselves with the GameCube. They used the smaller discs that didn't have the same storage as the DVDs that the original Xbox and PlayStation 2 used. So developers complained, okay, yeah, finally Nintendo went over to an optical medium, but they didn't go over to one that now developers have to worry about compression formats and trying to crunch all the data onto these small discs or make multiple discs for a game. All right, when that was with the PlayStation 2 era and Xbox and GameCube era, the sixth generation was the dawn of online gaming, which Sony and Microsoft embraced, especially Microsoft even more so than Sony. Nintendo had an Ethernet adapter for the GameCube, but it was there was a handful of games, not even. So you can't say that they really embraced the third-party developer with the GameCube. They didn't. And the Wii, they went on some other shit, while Sony and Microsoft went on to the HD era. And, a lot of times the third-party games were shovelware on the Wii. Minus a handful, there were some great games for the Wii, but you guys know that I think the Wii was a big, wet, smelly turd. So I want to see Nintendo. I salute you. You're trying something different. You may become the next Apple and make some device that's going to be in everyone's home. Okay, you may revolutionize everything. So you have my blessing with this. They need to try something different. Okay, they're going to have a new avenue of profit, hopefully. But I want to see you got to keep the focus on gaming too. And I want to see you bring back the third parties and bring back the hardcore gamers to Nintendo on top of that. So I think it's great you're trying something different, but don't forget where you came from at the same time. Alright folks, make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And if you have an interesting news story you would like me to discuss, private message me with a link via YouTube, and if I use your news article, I will give you a shout out in the video and feature your YouTube channel in the description. Have a good one.